So, good evening, everybody. I'm John Heringer, owner of Fast Action Training, an indoor boot camp and personal training studio in San Jose. And I'm here tonight to tell you how I was able to double my revenue in 1 year, all while pulling myself out of the business and starting to live my dream lifestyle. So, quick history. With NPE, I actually date back to 2007 with them as a Gold Plus member. And I remember thinking how great all the material was, but the issue was that I couldn't really implement to the best of my ability because I was working with a health club at the time, so I wasn't calling the shots. And long story short, structures changed, bosses changed, and didn't really see a future with this company, so I resigned and found myself here. Orchard Valley Coffee, lovely place, downtown Campbell. Who's been there? Audra, thank you. Good, great mochas, good. And I was parked on that couch for almost 3 months, unemployed, dwindling my savings away, and it sucked. I mean, I was networking with people, trying to shoot these emails out, applying to jobs, going to interviews. I felt like a robot, things I had no passion for, and I felt like a failure. And it was to myself, to my dad, who's one of my biggest mentors, one of the smartest guys I know, and has helped me this whole time, and to my wife, who we were dating at the time. But you know, with even just little talks of marriage here and there, it was one of those things where, well, geez, what the hell am I going to bring to the table? I can't even get a job. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with my life. And after a lot of soul searching, about almost 3 months worth, I realized deep down that fitness was really, it was my calling, and I needed to get back to my roots. So in August 2009, I went back and worked with a private health club this time, much better experience, a little more flexibility. And then fast forward to April the following year, Fast Action Training was born, our boot camps, with a whopping 3 members. And I remember thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing right now? This is ridiculous. But with, with a little luck and some, we grew kind of organically. And we were fortunate enough to be featured on Groupon in September, which catapulted us. It gave us, kind of put us on the map a little bit and gave us the cash flow that we needed to get going, and I actually quit my day job and went full bore with FAT at that time. Fast forward another year, and with the help of a small business loan, we were able to secure our own location and really get this show on the road. So at this point, I honestly thought that I had it all figured out. I was rocking, this business is going, we're getting our own location, I'm getting business loans, and that's when, for me, reality really reared its ugly head. So this is the State of the Union for me in September of last year. So I realized, got this cool little location here, and I also need a little equipment, got some members coming in, but don't have any systems really to scale. We were doing month-to-month memberships. I really couldn't accurately forecast any budget or cash flow. Still training 20 to 25 hours a week. Every other waking hour is put in the business, so I pretty much live there, as I'm sure Sarah can attest to. Disorganized marketing at best, throwing what I could to the wall to get people to come in the door. And ultimately, the staff management was something that, I knew what I wanted my team to do, and I would train them very well in the processes, but there was no other, formal things, no job descriptions, no training checklists, nothing really set in place. So, kind of freaking out, got all these bills, a lot more expenses than I kind of anticipated. And it was at that point I was on MPE's list, and I saw a presentation, Audra Baker's actually. And she is a Bay Area rock star. I'm from the Bay Area as well. So I was like, oh my God, look at this girl is changing her life, her business, her life. This is ridiculous. And it was an amazing transformation she had made. 2010 winner, by the way, so I'm going to try to tap into that energy here. And I realized, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I need to get back in this community and get going. So amidst all the chaos, we'd already spent our whole loan, and I'm thinking, okay, I got to get down there somehow. So buy my ticket, get down here, drank the Kool-Aid, and I'll tell you, it tastes delicious. So have a glass while you're here. I came home and I said, I got to dip into savings, whatever it takes. So dip into savings, get rocking with VIP, and the rest is history. So what I want to share with you is kind of just a snapshot, a little bit rapid fire, of the results I've achieved through implementation with their tools, systems, coaching, you name it. And I want to preface that by saying the first couple I'm going to talk about a little bit more on the organizational side, kind of foundational pieces that you need to really drive the growth that you want. So first off, Commander, CV, MVPG. think that was the first thing I tried to memorize, but maybe Alan told me to do that. So our core values are something that we really stick to. This is up in our studio. It's up in our office. So our members see it. It guides our actions. It really is this beacon we try to use. And our members see it. All of our prospective clients see it when they're in the office. It's great. With staff management, we have weekly team meetings now. We're on point. There's camaraderie. There's accountability. Organizational charts. I think in my head I knew where I wanted to take my business, but it makes a big difference when you put pen to paper and try to map it out, okay? Because things change, and it gives you I'm a very visual person, as I'm sure Sarah can tell you tomorrow, and I need to see things like that. So that was a huge exercise for me to see what I needed to do, the positions I need to get in place to move my business forward. Brain dumps, love them. We had multiple, I'm sure, VIP phone calls about this, but I try to do that at least every quarter. And it's something that you get everything out of your head. You just try to vomit on a page on what you do on a daily basis. Because I guarantee you that 90% of what you think you have to do, you can delegate, defer, or delete, right? So that was a huge exercise. And big rocks and goals. Any VIPs love getting that piece of paper in the mail? That big rocks and goals? No one else does. Thank you, Kristen. Appreciate that. So as soon as I get that thing, I've already got them ready to go. So that goes in my office, all my goals, all my projects I need to focus on, so that I can just execute. That's it. I can get my team to do the rest. I execute. I get this shit moving forward. Auto closer. We actually have a formalized sales presentation now, which is awesome. We're professionals. This is great. And this was key because we've been doing month-to-month memberships. So we changed over to term memberships, 3, 6, 12 months. I can actually forecast my cash flow now. That's awesome. With the tracking reports, it's enabled us to say, okay, hey, how many leads do we have coming in? Consultations, what's our closing percentage? Average ticket item, did we add some EFT last month? And these are key metrics you need to know for your business, right? And I didn't know any of this damn stuff. I was just seeing I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. The sales manager position is something that is recent. And this is an awesome position we just created because it's enabled me to get a little more time. Hardest thing to let go of, right? It's the revenue generating thing of your business, the sales. And it was the last thing I wanted to get rid of. But one of my trainers, Kevin, stepped up and gave him all of the auto closer information, all the forms. We role played the hell out of it. And it was a nice reward to come back from a honeymoon, gone for a couple of weeks, to see he's closed a couple of consults, added $1,500 to the bottom line. So that was nice. So he's kicking ass. Duplicator. Okay. Is this any other, whether you're EA or VIP, anyone else's favorite system to use? I love Duplicator. So, because as business owners, this is what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to duplicate ourselves because we think we do it best, right? So if we can duplicate ourselves, then our business should be awesome. When you get these job descriptions and training checklists going, it takes a little bit of time, but you can delineate what you want your people to do, how you want them to act, dress, how you want them to queue your clients, deliver your system, right? And when you do these things and they know what is expected, you get your training checklists, to make sure you train your team appropriately, then your money. You have these people running around that are doing exactly what you want them to do, deliver how you want them to deliver. The accountability comes through not only your team meetings, but with performance evaluations. So now we have those things in place, right? What does that do? Free me up more time so I can work more on my business, which is awesome. And of course, enjoy life a little bit more as well, so which I'll get to. Okay, the big kahuna. So what the hell have we actually done with all this stuff? So this is like a toe in the water for this thing. And you guys know there is so much damn marketing material in this, it's ridiculous. So once we got our list organized, segmented, a lot of things you've been hearing this weekend, we were able to really run with it. So we did a client reactivation campaign, mailed out to about, I think, 500 or 600 past clients, generated a cool $6,300 in net profit. Boom. Raise the rates campaign. So I know all of us as business owners, we get this anxious feeling in our gut. I think Delaney was talking about that. Just, how can I raise my rates? This person's charging this, I can't do this. And so we went for it, and we might have lost a few clients, but we also raised your average ticket 20% from $160 to $200 a month. That was ginormous for our margins. 6-week challenge is something that we do probably 3 or 4 times a year, and it's very, very popular. So previously, our best was about $5,500 in revenue generated from this thing. So we tweaked it, kind of using a little more of the MPE tactics. So we included some case study video testimonials on our blog. I had this whole thing mapped out on Rainmaker, email marketing too. So all those autoresponders, I just got to tweak some things and push play. So there was no real cost to me because it was all done via Facebook and email. So you have your case study testimonials, you've got your scarcity, your bonuses, we raised the rates on a little bit, generated 8,000. And the best part is that this thing ends actually this coming Monday, but we've already got 10 to 15 consultations lined up to crush October. So these people should continue, which is good. Member events. So we have some of the best members in the world. They're loyal, they're dedicated, they're awesome, they show support. They're all over Facebook talking about us. It's great. And the one thing I got from NPE, though, is that there's got to be some aspect of marketing a little bit in almost everything you do. And even this member event we had, this is a picture of our 2-year anniversary party. And we had bounce house for the kids and piñatas for adults and kids. We had some little special treats for the adults in that one. And we had, a barbecue, a raffle, you name it. We had it there, which is great. But we also had a little paid in full special, and I think it was 11 months. We're going to gift you one free and a couple TRX sessions. I don't even know if anyone, I think maybe one person might have taken advantage of it at that. My pitch wasn't that good. I was all discombobulated. But I followed up with a little autoresponder sequence, had a deadline date. Over 20 people took advantage of this thing, generated $42,000 in revenue. Now, the reason that's so significant for us is A, that's a little tax savings cushion, which is nice. B, that financed our next move into the space next door, our new dedicated semi-private training space, which was huge. No loan needed. Awesome. Giving back. So amidst the success we've had, I wanted to make sure our core value number 3 for us is making an impact. And I wanted to make sure that we did something really significant. And I saw Push It for Charity, another kind of NPE program there to get involved with the boot campaign, as a perfect way to do it. And I think the goal Sean set was maybe 7,500. So we said, okay, we're going to shoot for 10. That's good. We'll go a little bit above and beyond. Little did I know that my team and then our members were going to take this and just run with it. I mean, I think one of our teammates had 4,000 or 5,000. I don't even know where he got all this stuff. So we ended up being able to donate over 20,000 in funds to the boot campaign, which was an absolute awesome experience and so much energy in our city. If you guys haven't done that, that's one thing you got to get on board with, because the energy you're going to create and the camaraderie and just the overall great feeling it feels to be able to make such an impact is amazing. The scholarship is something we are doing now on a quarterly basis, and it's our way of giving back to people a little bit less fortunate, might not be able to afford our services overall. This is Lula, most recent recipient, who down in hard times. She struggled with obesity and being overweight her whole life. She lost her mom a few years ago. And it's great to have an impact. This girl now she's one of our most raving fans. She comes in all the time, and she is determined to find a way to be able to stay with us afterwards, to be able to afford us. And it's very flattering. So it's great to be able to be a positive influence on these people. Okay, that was a whirlwind. So where am I in fast action training at now, today, right? So we are on track to double revenue. We had $270K for 2011. We're on pace for over $500,000 in sales, which I feel awesome about. I can literally tell you that would not have been possible without the systems and tools and coaching we've gotten. So no more training. That's over 100 hours a month that I have to work on the business and do whatever the hell I want. Play around in golf, whatever. 900 square foot training studio right next door. Our next big project is going to be really rocking semi-private training, which we can't wait to do. Weekends off, I don't have to worry about those. Wedding and honeymoon, I was able to really be involved in the planning process. Okay, maybe Sarah did most of the planning on that, but I made the decisions, which is good. And, but it was great to be able to take the time off. And that's where my team comes into play. And I think the reason I'm so keen on Duplicator is because the team is one of the biggest, most important things to me. They allowed me to be 100% present for my wedding, to enjoy every single moment, to go on a honeymoon and not bring my laptop, which was probably a first for me to not bring that on a vacation. And that's the best gift they could have given, so I thank them. So, from a couch, unemployed, a few years later, 3,000 square feet of training space, upside down ziplining in Costa Rica, fist pumping at my wedding, and Machu Picchu in Peru, which if it's not on your bucket list, put it on there, because that's a hell of a sight. So, leave you guys with one of my favorite quotes, goes off my phone every day. Henry David Thoreau, if you advance confidently in the direction of your dreams and endeavor to live the life that you have imagined, you will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. So a year ago, I sat where a lot of you guys are today, watching presentations like this, thinking to myself, holy shit, these guys have achieved so much. This is amazing. But I also thought to myself, damn it, I can do that too. And that's what I want you to get from this, is how can you crush this, right? How can you come back next year and crush this? That's what you want to believe. Because what we do as an industry is amazing. We literally change lives on a daily basis, and that's to be commended. And the best part is that with the tools and systems and coaching you can get with MPE and some no-holds-barred, kick-ass implementation on your end, you can change lives and live life on your terms too. So thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure.
You can keep up with NPE TV through Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube so that you can stay connected wherever your travels may take you.